is Paul. Do we have an emergency constitution? I thought we had a constitution that couldn't be suspended unless there was some sort of public danger. Yes, yes, yes. At least that's how I was reading the Constitution. We had to declare a public danger. Yeah. A time of war. Now let's see here. Impact of the due process clause on the suspension clause. Constitutional baseline for procedural due process, the implications of the exercise of the suspension power for due process. I thought for sure there's some due process necessary to terminate a rental agreement. Now, the charity could call me if you want to. I mean, you could send me an email, but then you'd have some legal problems. Yeah. The rental agreement was with the individual. Yeah. Now, military commissions legislated a limitation on the duration of suspension. Well, let's see here. Article 1, Section 9 of the United States Constitution guarantees the availability of the writ of the habeas corpus. The Great Writ, is that what they call it? Now, famously described express provisions for exercise of extraordinary authority in times of crisis. Now, are we having a time of crisis? Because it looks like the suspension of the writ. Yes, government power to imprison its citizens. Oh, for any and all meaningful judicial oversight, potentially dramatic consequences of such suspension on the protection of civil liberties during times of emergency are almost unfathomable. Now, let's see here. Lawfulness of detention. Obviously, it was unlawful to detain me in jail. Yes. When you refused to admit the evidence, I wasn't in Esquimalt, I wasn't in Jefferson County. Yeah. And then there would be no way individuals obtain their release or even challenge the lawfulness of their confinement and the suspension of habeas corpus lifted. Now, I said I wanted to have one of those, but on September 11th of 2001, yes, it forcefully demonstrated, given the mercurial nature of the world condition, the unexpected can quickly become stark reality. You can appreciate the stark reality that I woke up in this morning. It was unexpected. I thought for sure you'd send me an email that you were going to do it, but that didn't happen. No! Since I don't have any cell phone minutes, I'm just going to have to communicate using email. Now, I was very good with the individuals that own the house. I specifically said that I wasn't going to get a new phone for myself. No, I would borrow a phone from somebody and I would call them when I was leaving. Yes. So they would know that I had left the premises. Yes. Yes, I did. And they would have this verbal authority from me that you can now turn the utilities off. Now, I was very clear that there would be no unanswered questions. Yes. I would tell them where the house key is because I have a key to the residence. Yes. The key was given to me because of a rental agreement. And I wanted to make sure that they had nothing to be concerned about. But when I have a key, yes, because of a rental agreement, yes, that was paying the utilities, yes, the city did not have the authority to turn the electricity off. Now, mercurial conditions. I have a key to the house so that I could rent a room. Yeah. And I wasn't just going to put it someplace. Yeah, we're going to get a termination of rental agreement so that I'm obligated, yes, to inform them, yeah, that you can find the key where I've left it. Yeah, it'll be a top secret location that only you will know. Now, the agreement was on Wednesday, yes, January 15th at 10:39 a.m. Yeah, that I would call you when I was leaving so you would know where the key was at. But since the city decided right now, decided